Liam's daring adventure in Neverland. Once upon a time, in a place called Neverland, there lived a boy named Liam who was 6 years old and full of curiosity and courage. His eyes sparkled with excitement whenever he heard about the adventures of Peter Pan, the boy who could fly. Liam had always dreamt of soaring through the skies, just like Peter. It was this very dream that often took him on imaginary adventures during bedtime. One night, as Liam lay in bed, he heard a soft tinkling sound, like the ringing of tiny bells. He sat up and looked around, his heart pounding with anticipation. Suddenly, a small, glowing figure appeared at his window. It was Tinker Bell, Peter Pan's best friend. "Hello, Liam," Tinker Bell chimed. "Peter Pan needs your help in Neverland. Will you come with me?" Without a second thought, Liam nodded eagerly. Tinker Bell sprinkled some of her magical fairy dust over him, and with a feeling of pure joy, Liam found himself lifting off the ground. He flew out of his window and into the night sky, guided by the soft glow of Tinker Bell. They flew over forests and oceans, finally reaching the magical land of Neverland. The place was just as beautiful and enchanting as Liam had always imagined. There were towering trees with leaves that shimmered in the moonlight, sparkling rivers, and fields of colorful flowers that seemed to glow. Peter Pan was waiting for them at the shore, his usual mischievous grin on his face. "I'm so glad you're here, Liam," he said. "Captain Hook is up to his old tricks again, and we need your help to stop him." Liam felt a thrill of excitement. He had always wanted to meet Captain Hook and see the famous pirate ship, the Jolly Roger. But he also felt a twinge of nervousness. Captain Hook was a fearsome pirate, and the thought of facing him was a bit scary. But Liam remembered the stories he had heard about Peter Pan's bravery and courage. He took a deep breath and decided that he, too, would be brave. "Lead the way, Peter," Liam said, his voice steady with determination. They flew towards the Jolly Roger, which was anchored in a hidden cove. From above, they could see the pirates busy at work, preparing for their next raid. Captain Hook stood on the deck, gazing out at the sea with a scowl on his face. He was holding a map that looked suspiciously like a treasure map. "We need to get that map," Peter Pan whispered. "It shows the location of a hidden treasure, and we can't let Hook get his hands on it." With a plan in place, Liam and Peter Pan swooped down to the ship's deck, silently landing behind some barrels. Tinker Bell flew ahead, creating a distraction by buzzing around the pirates' heads and sprinkling fairy dust that made them sneeze uncontrollably. As the pirates were busy trying to catch Tinker Bell, Liam and Peter Pan crept up behind Captain Hook. In one swift motion, Peter snatched the map from Hook's hands. "Got it," he exclaimed. But it was too late to escape unnoticed. Captain Hook turned around, his eyes blazing with anger. "You won't get away this time, Peter Pan," he roared, drawing his sword. His crew quickly surrounded Liam and Peter, their swords drawn and ready for a fight. Liam's heart raced, but he stood his ground. He remembered the stories of Peter's courage and decided that he, too, would be brave. As the pirates closed in, he called out to Tinker Bell. "We need help." Tinker Bell, with her quick thinking, sprinkled more fairy dust around, creating a blinding sparkle that confused the pirates. Seizing the opportunity, Peter Pan and Liam flew up into the air, just out of reach of the pirate swords. Captain Hook, determined not to let them escape, grabbed a rope and swung after them. But just as he was about to catch Peter Pan, Liam flew by and kicked the pirate's hand, causing him to lose his grip and fall into the water with a great splash. The pirates, seeing their captains fall, were thrown into disarray. "Let's go, Liam," Peter Pan called. They flew back to the safety of the shore, the treasure map safely in Peter's hands. The pirates, now leaderless and confused, were left behind. Peter Pan and Liam made their way back to the Lost Boys' hideout, where they examined the map. This treasure is hidden deep in the forest, in a place no pirate would dare to go, Peter said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. We should go find it. Liam exclaimed, feeling a rush of adventure. With the map as their guide, they set off into the heart of Neverland's forest. The journey was filled with all sorts of wonders. They passed through fields of flowers that sang soft melodies, crossed bridges made of glowing stones, and even encountered a family of friendly unicorns who offered them guidance. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they came across a dark and narrow cave. According to the map, the treasure was hidden inside. Liam felt a bit uneasy, but he remembered the courage it took to face Captain Hook. With Peter Pan by his side, he knew he could handle anything. Let's go in, Liam said, his voice steady. The cave was dark, but Tinker Bell's glow lit the way. They walked deeper into the cave, following the map's directions. Finally, they came to a large chamber filled with sparkling treasures. Gold coins, jewels, and ancient artifacts were piled high, shining in the glow of Tinker Bell's light. We found it! Peter Pan exclaimed, his eyes wide with amazement. They filled their pockets with as much treasure as they could carry, knowing that they had uncovered something truly special. But among the treasures, Liam found something even more precious, a small, shining stone that seemed to pulse with a gentle warmth. This must be the heart of Neverland, Peter said, his voice filled with reverence. It's said to hold the magic of the entire land. With this, we can ensure that Neverland remains safe from Captain Hook and anyone else who tries to harm it. Liam felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had not only found the treasure but had also ensured the safety of Neverland. He knew that he had shown great courage, just like Peter Pan. As they made their way back to the hideout, they were greeted with cheers and applause from the lost boys. You did it, Liam, they shouted, lifting him onto their shoulders. You're a true hero. Liam felt a warmth in his heart, knowing that he had faced his fears and triumphed. He realized that courage wasn't about not being afraid, but about facing your fears and doing what needs to be done, despite that fear. That night, as Liam lay in bed, he thought about his incredible adventure in Neverland. He knew that he would always carry the lessons he had learned with him. He closed his eyes, feeling the gentle embrace of sleep, and dreamt of flying through the skies with Peter Pan once more. And so, Liam's adventure in Neverland came to an end, but the lessons of courage and friendship stayed with him forever. The end.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.